Clase, hoy es miércoles, el 30 de septiembre de 2020. Hoy tenemos ya para empezar, please keep working on your Quizlet 1.2 for 5 to 10 minutos. Then watch today's lesson, you're doing that, so that's awesome. And your tarea will be your pages 27 y 28 in your workbook, and you're going to be uploading those to Canvas. So to begin class today, I would like to watch this episode. We watched this in my in-person class, and it's just so we can continue to listen to Spanish and work on that listening comprehension. So try to do your best at understanding the following video.
Hola Alicia. Es bonita, pero te gusta más con el autógrafo de Trini Salgado, ¿no?
Hola Sandra, ¿qué tal?
Hola. Alicia, te presento a mis amigos, Alberto y Ricardo.
Hola Alicia, me llamo Alberto. Soy alto. No soy muy alto. Tengo pelo castaño y soy muy trabajador. Pero me gusta mirar la televisión y escuchar música.
No, él no es perezoso, pero es un poco desorganizado.
Hola Alicia, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Ricardo. Soy inteligente, simpático y estudioso. Me gusta practicar deportes porque soy atlético y me gusta dibujar porque soy muy artístico.
Sí, él es muy artístico.
Ella es cómica, ¿no?
Ella no es muy seria.
Ok. Adiós Alicia, hasta luego.
Okay, so hopefully you picked up a lot of those vocab words, a lot of things that we've been talking about the past day. They're describing themselves and they introduce themselves to Alicia. So they said, oh, I think it was Sandra. Yeah, Sandra said, hey, Alicia, te presento a, and then both of the guys' names. So hopefully you're picking up the vocab there. Feel free to go back and watch that, please, and just so you can work on your listening comprehension if you feel like you need to practice more and more that skill and also your vocabulary. But the next thing we're going to do, so we can keep this video decently short, is please read this little entrevista. That means an interview. So read this entrevista con Raúl López, una estrella del futuro. That means he's a star of the future. So please read this, work on your reading comprehension, and feel free to flip back a few pages for your vocabulary words as well. So go ahead, pause the video, read that for a second. Okay, so now that you've read that, I just have a few reading comprehension questions for you. So go ahead and pause the video again and see if you can answer these questions. Okay, so ¿es Raúl trabajador? The answer would be sí, Raúl es trabajador. We saw in our book that it said, me gusta mucho jugar al fútbol, me gusta leer libros y estudiar, right? So it looks like he's always working. He's reading, he's studying, he's playing sport. So sí, es trabajador. He is a hard worker. ¿Qué le gusta hacer a Raúl? A good answer for that would be, a Raúl le gusta jugar al fútbol, practicar deportes y estudiar. Okay, there's muchas cosas que Raúl le gusta hacer. ¿Qué le gusta más? ¿Tocar la guitarra o escuchar música? And here, since we're talking about le, we're still talking about a Raúl. So, here he says, me gusta escuchar música, pero Me gusta más tocar la guitarra. So that would be the correct answer here. Le gusta más tocar la guitarra. Finally, a pregunta not related to the reading is ¿Cómo eres tú? What do you think that means in English? ¿Cómo eres tú? Well, I'll show you this chart that I made for my class today. Hopefully you can see it back there. Let me make this bigger actually so you guys can see me. Voila. So, there, B, you got your tú eres means you are. So if I'm saying ¿Cómo eres tú? I'm saying ¿Cómo means how, so how are you? Now I'm not asking you how are you in the sense of ¿Cómo estás? That means like how are you? That changes day to day. One day you could say estoy bien, right? Like I'm good today. The next day it could change and you could stub your toe and you could say, oh, estoy muy mal, right? ¿Cómo eres tú is asking you about a description of yourself. So you could respond by using the yo form of ser and saying soy alta or soy atlética, soy artística, right? You're describing yourself and these things don't change day to day. That's who you are innately. You could also say tengo pelo rubio, right? I have blonde hair. If you're male, again, these adjectives are going to be ending with o. So if you're a male, you would say soy atlético, soy artístico, soy trabajador. Now that doesn't end in an o, but some of them don't. If they end in an o or a, those are the ones that are going to change based on your gender. So going back to the book, we're learning about some new grammar today. Today, we're learning about definite and indefinite articles. We're going to practice using these articles to identify people and things. So, just read along with me. Definite articles in English is the are used with nouns to indicate specific persons, places, or things. So, for example, if I say the book, or I'll say the marker, or the photo, right? I'm talking about specific things that I just showed you, the. However, indefinite articles, a or an, I don't know why I said that weird, a or an, are used with nouns to indicate non-specific persons, places, or things. So, like, an ant crossed my path, right? I don't know which one it was, just an ant. It's non-specific. So, we can see here, a definite article is the boy is a friend, right? A is indefinite, the is definite. I'm talking exactly about him. El, here in Spanish, conversely, is your definite article, saying the. Chico means boy, es is, and un would be a. Amigo. Un is your indefinite article. So if we look at this chart, in Spanish, articles match nouns in gender and number. We don't have to think about this in English, right? We're like, oh, the girl is standing over there. The boy is sitting down. The woman is going for a walk. We just use the same word. In Spanish, it changes. So all Spanish nouns, even if they refer to objects, are either masculine or feminine. So like the phone has a gender, the computer has a gender, the chair has a gender in Spanish, okay? So not something, again, that we think about in English, but something we need to think about in Spanish. How did they choose the gender for a computer? It doesn't really matter. We don't really know. We can't trace it back, but that's just the way it is. So nouns ending in O are usually, note the word usually, masculine. There are some exceptions. Nouns ending in A are usually feminine. So as you can see this chart over here, we got El Chico, the boy, so that's masculine, ends in O. So here we use El. For a plural definite article, we're going to say los. So the and the means El and los. And then we're just going to add an S to the end of Chico to make it Chico. So El Chico, the boy, los chicos, the boys. Staying in our definite article column, for our feminine nouns that typically or usually end in A, we're going to use la. So la chica. Remember to our past unit, la fruta, la galleta, right? Here we have las chicas, plural. We just add an S, las and chicas. Here it changes a little bit, it changes from L to los, but here it's easy, la to las. Now, indefinite articles, if I'm just saying a, an, or some, I'm going to use un chico or unos chicos. Again, adding the S. Here I'm adding an OS to mean some boys. And in the female, it'd be una chica and unas chicas. So if we look at this example, los libros son para la maestra. Here we have a masculine noun, libro, and we have a plural noun, libros, right? So it's masculine and it's plural. We can tell because it ends in an O and the verb ends in the noun ends in an O, libro, but however, we have an S at the end. So it's masculine and plural, so we match our article with it. Los libros son para la maestra. Here we have singular because there's no S at the end, and it's feminine because it ends with an A, so we use our feminine singular article, la maestra. The books are for the teacher. So we're talking about specific books here, the books. We're talking about a specific teacher here, the teacher. If I wanted to say some books are for a teacher, just very general, just very vague, indefinite, I would say unos libros, some books, son para una maestra, are for a teacher. So finally, to form the plural of a noun, add s if the noun ends in a vowel. Add es if the noun ends in a consonant. So you can see that estudiante that ends in a vowel, A, E, I, O, or U. So we have estudiantes. Here, mujer ends in a consonant, so that is going to be mujeres. Mujeres. Now you might ask me, what about Y, Senorita Blanca? Well, for example, if we have the word rey, which means king, we're still going to add an es, reyes. So Y here counts as a consonant. Page and try to work a little bit with this. So, actividad 5, ¿cómo son las personas en la oficina? Oficina is a good cognate for us. It means office. So, Miguel describe a varias personas en la oficina de la escuela. Completa sus oraciones. Sus oraciones means his sentences con el, la, los, or las. So all these are definite articles. They mean the. So go ahead and pause the video. See if you can fill out actividad 5. Okay, so we have here we would have las chicas. It's plural and feminine, so we need las. Here would be la maestra. Here is los amigos. Cuatro would be el chico because it is singular and masculine. Here we need las mujeres. Mujer, remember, means woman, so that is a feminine noun. Las mujeres. And again, it is plural. Here is el hombre. Hombre means man, so that's a masculine noun. Personas, las personas. Las amigas. Here you could, well, here you have to use context clues. Número 9, you need to say los estudiantes because even though it does end in an E, which means it can be feminine or masculine, you could also say las estudiantes, but here's the catch. Son bajos. So this adjective ends in an O, so we know that adjectives and nouns have the same gender and number, which means it has to match. So I would need to say los here. Los estudiantes son bajos, so I could have a masculine article that's plural and a masculine adjective that's plural. Finally, this would be la mujer es cómica. Looking at number 7, identify las comidas. Oh, identifica. There we go. Identifica las comidas usando un, una, unos, or unas. Now remember, this is just indefinite articles, so just saying a or some. So pause the video, see if you can do that. Remember, your snack foods are on page 33. So here we got unas papas fritas. We have the unas, it's plural and feminine. Here we have un refresco, so just saying a pop. Here we have una galleta, a cookie, un helado, una pizza, unos helados, una fruta, y, or maybe this is plural, this definitely looks plural, so unas frutas, some fruit, y un jugo, un jugo. Muy bien. Okay, last activity we're going to look at today is number 8. So, describe a estas personas usando el verbo ser y un, una, unos, or unas. So, for example, if I'm thinking about a chico cómico, I would say Daniel es, where he or she is, un chico cómico. So go ahead and pause the video and try to just do 1 through 5. Okay, so number 1, we have chicas estudiosas. I would say Sara y Laura son chicas estudiosas. Why do I choose son? Because, again, looking at our handy dandy SARE chart over here, ellos son. So we're going to use son when we're talking about plural people, and s when we're talking about a singular person in the third person. So like I'm talking to you about someone else, that's a third person. So anyway, since they're plural, ellas son chicas estudiosas, or Sara y Laura son chicas estudiosas. Número 2. Chicos serios, I would say Oscar y Justino son chicos serios. Número 3. También Sara y Lara son amigas trabajadoras. Número 4. Daniel es, your A-S-A, or in English, E-S, es un chico desorganizado. Y número 5, Diana es una chica alta, right? She is a tall girl. So your homework for today is your page 27 and 28 in your workbook. Please do that. Look at the book for help, and we will continue working with these same concepts tomorrow. Adios, mis estudiantes.